from Smash Brother for the Wii U to Street Fighter 5 for the PS4. Now, I want to give my thoughts as a casual player who just likes fighting game and not part of the FGC. Street Fighter 5 Beta Phase 1. So finally, Capcom released it. It was started on August 24th to September the 2nd. Wait, not 24th. The 28th, my correction, my apologies. The 28th of August to the 2nd of September, the beta for Street Fighter 5. First of all, congrats to Capcom. It actually worked smoothly. Not only I was able to practice trying to feel how the game works, I was able to get matches. Granted, as a casual player, I'm getting my butt kicked. Not so much. I can still hold my own. And if you want to know, if you want to see that, well, watch my mini mix game showcase of Street Fighter 4 online. I'm somewhere still a beginner, but I can hold my own to some extent. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna be no Daigo. I'm not gonna be Daigo type, or not even Maximilian, or heck, let's say somebody Ted from Game Horizon. All right, so with that humor aside, my thoughts about it first. So the question, basically, most people might think, so is this new user friendly? Will new people into the series can get into it easily without basically getting frustration? Is it easy to play for newcomers, especially for people who never know, about the Street Fighter's history? See, for me, I'm a casual player. I'm not part of the FGC, but I do know about the franchise. I did play Street Fighter 1. I did play Street Fighter 2 when I was young. Heck, in my main channel, I kind of did a pre-Mega Mix game showcase of the Street Fighter game. Just do a search and you'll kind of see it. So, to answer that one is, yes, it is much easier than Street Fighter 4. With the focus system and the ultra skills, it is much easier. It's much simpler much simpler than Ultra Street Fighter 4. Excuse me, that was my thought there for a while. Yes, so because the basic you only need to know is there's EX move, or AKA upgradable special move, which is you do the motion with 2 buttons. Each character have their own. They call it a V skill, which you just push 2 medium attacks. Their own personalized, and they have called V trigger, which is their specialized move that can take an advantage, such as Ryu. He gets lightning power. Nash basically has a teleport power. Let's see, that's all I played. Birdie, I guess he gets stronger. Cammy gets multiple kick attacks. Chun-Li, I think, basically is more floaty. I have no idea. I hardly played Chun-Li. And also, I have no idea. But the point is, each character have their own personal V skill of personal special move. And then, well, what about supers? Well, that's the thing now. This time, they call it critical art, but it's only basically, it acts to some extent like an ultra special. So you only need it if you know you're going to be able to connect it. So if you do enough combo and the guy is still in the middle of trying to recover from a hit, then do your critical art to take an advantage. So that's what it is. Because basically, if they block your critical art, then it's gonna miss. Exception for Ryu, because Shinko Hadouken. So even if people block it, if the player blocks it, you get multiple chip damage. But for the rest of the characters, if they block, you only do chip damage, and that's it. So critical art is basically like ultra to some extent, that it has to hit or it's not going to be useful. So again, it is basically more friendly use, but you still, to some extent, have to learn the game mechanic, and you still have to get good at it to some extent. Because especially when you're trying to play online, if somebody who plays Street Fighter for a long time and they know the mechanic and they even understand how it goes, you're gonna have a disadvantage. And I had that problem because I seen people doing long combos that's not even part of the game, not even part of a target combo. Target combo basically like Tekken or Mortal Kombat, like a button sequence that it comes out. There's also this kind of introduced a Street Fighter 4 called, or it's even before, but people didn't really know about it. Frame length. It's basically you hit with one button, and then if you have enough time or within seconds, you push the second button, you can connect. And I've seen people doing it, ending it with a special, and even if they have a super, boom, they super, and then boom. So even so, it is friendly use. People still have to learn a little bit of strategy in the game. And the problem with Street Fighter is, to some extent, it's also a chess game. So like I said, playing Street Fighter is kind of like playing chess. You have to know how to play the game. You have to know how to move the chess piece, especially a pawn, or you're basically just gonna get your butt kicked. So what does that mean? Alright, so basically a beginner Street Fighter player or somebody who's just trying to get into it, they're not gonna understand, oh, how come there's a special move? How come I can attack? How come there's a special move? How come there's a jump thing? And the first instinct is always just to keep attacking, fireball, like they'll use Ryu because it's for beginners. Oh, they'll just do fireball just out of nowhere, Hurricane Ki out of nowhere, Shoryuken out of nowhere, and hopefully that they'll hit the opponent. But the thing is, if you miss that move, there's a thing called punish. So somebody who is basically a veteran player who actually knows the ins and outs of Street Fighter can basically beat you with relative ease. So that's basically what it means to playing chess, that you have to know when to use the move at the right time. Is it easy? No. And as you've seen some of my video on my main channel, now if you want to watch them, it's on my mini mix game showcase playlist. I win sometimes, I lose sometimes. Like I said, I do know the fundamental because I've been playing Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2. And the more you play, the more you can understand how the game works. A lot of times there's this thing called also mind games. What is that? So you have to also bait, you have to switch, you have to try and make your opponent psychologically make them like either do a fireball, a jump, do a move, and then you block it. Sometimes you also have to predict some moves, and it's not that easy. I mean, there's even to some extent, there's even certain like paper, rock, scissors, and Street Fighter. Like, what should I do next? Paper, rock, or scissors? Should I mostly kind of like, it's not just to find a game, you either three things. You block, throw, or hit. So it's paper, rock, scissors. So if your opponent just block, to wait what you're going to do next move, you throw. If your opponent basically throw, you attack. And if your opponent attack, you block. See, that's how it works. Because after you initiate move, then you can do a follow-up. So that's basically what it means to playing chess. And like I said before, yes, Street Fighter 5, the beta, the gameplay is much simpler, a bit slower than Street Fighter 4. It is, like, anybody who wants to like get into Street Fighter 5 will have an easy time. They'll understand the mechanic. It's very simple, but still, you have to still understand that if you want to be good, to be competitive, especially when you're playing online, or heck, playing computer in a high level, you have to understand those fundamentals. You can't just go fireball, move. I'm trying to hit someone, or basically what people call it, blindly attack. So, again, like I said, it is a fun game. I've been playing it. Unfortunately, not so compare. I'm always getting beat up. Like, oh my gosh, I get defeated with. Sometimes I get close, but to some extent, I've seen these people long combo. But the problem also right now is because again, you gotta understand it's a beta. Their matchmaking is basically just putting random people. There's no filter yet, so I'm gonna assume that on the final game there will be a filter, like either same skill or advanced skill, and then region. And I hope also in Street Fighter 5 they should have something lower skill, somebody lower against you. Just saying, just throwing out there. So, like I said, yeah, fun game. I think everybody can get into it. Very simple. You don't have to do focused attack, so there's no more canceling special moves. So if you do a move and you miss, you get punished. That's what Street Fighter is all about. That's been what Street Fighter 2 is, Street Fighter 3. They kind of changed it with Street Fighter 4, but now Street Fighter 5, they are trying to go back to its root, keeping it simple. So, again, the beta was fun. So, I don't know when the next beta is going to come, and hopefully the second tier beta, they have more characters now. I think what I heard, the point of the second beta now is it's going to be they're going to try the online, but it's going to be a cross-platform against with the PC. Because, yeah, there is also going to be now, I think eventually somewhere down the road, if people prefer the PC version, there's I think you can pre-order it now also, or do something like a beta. It'll be awesome with a free beta on the PC. We'll see what happens. Because the only unfortunate thing is that in the console version is that you have to pay $5 for the beta. I think that's kind of ridiculous. But again, I'm a sucker for it, just like Amiibo. Street Fighter 5. I like Street Fighter. I'm not competitive, but I just like the game. So with that, from the beta, that's $5. Of course, the game was $60 to actually $60 retail game. So what does that mean? Do I believe that Splatoon should be $60? But yet, I cannot believe that Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U is $60. So, part 1, I'm going to attempt to give my thoughts about it and why my belief, my opinion, that Splatoon should not have that $60 price tag. It should have been, in my opinion, $40. It should have been $40, like Kirby's canvas curse for the Wii U. But that's only my opinion. And yes, I am well aware that Splatoon actually sold more than 600,000 copies worldwide. So, my thoughts about that. Oh boy.